How do you identify the psychopathic parasites, 4% of the population, who are clothed in your clothing and waving your flags, but who are only in it for narcissistic benefit?
In a recent appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast, Jordan Peterson lamented the expansion, the growth, and access of psychopaths on the right. These dark triad individuals, they're not real. They're lying to steal power.
Okay, calm down, Tim Pool. Okay, so what's up, y'all? So this is Candace Owens and Jordan Peterson having their own little clash, but it's really not just about Candace Owens. It always turns into this. But Candace Owens does smash Jordan Peterson. Candace Owens does obliterate Jordan Peterson. And, you know, with good reason. These people, I'm using Tim's footage for it because he's explaining the story. This is the second time I'm doing this today. But anyway, these people have lost their minds. They want to control narratives so bad. Now that the so-called right has so-called power, whatever you want to call it, they are all about narrative control. It's insane. Like, it is insane for me to watch MAGA do this. Like these MAGA influencers and stuff, or these right-wing, and whatever you want to call these people that were so about freedom of speech when we were talking about trans issues and everything else, people who I followed, people who I respected, and now it's a mess, but we'll get into that a little later. Let's go ahead and get back into the video of Candace Owens obliterating Jordan Peterson.
And he was talking about Candace Owens. You know, I tweeted at him, who are you talking about? Because he mentions more than one individual. Now, we know he's talking about Candace Owens because he referenced her on X. I've got the tweet where he called her a Pharisee. And in this clip, he says much the same. He's now pushing this study, which I believe, well, as many people are pointing out, has partnered with the Anti-Defamation League of all organizations. This study that claims people pushing the phrase Christ is King are actually anti-Semites. Okay, that's a whole weird aside, which we can't talk about. But it's interesting to see this split. And what I see from Jordan Peterson, who I like Jordan Peterson.
Hold on, what he said, that's a whole weird aside, which we can't talk about? Why can't you talk? I'm going to talk about it. Why can't he talk about it? This is what I mean. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it is, again, the willingness to stay safe. There you go. Everybody's safe. Let's not go there. Let's not go there, right? Anyway, let's get back to the clip. Matter of fact, I don't even need Tim fixing his hoodie. Another fraud. Don't care. But shout out to him. He's getting his bag. Far be it for me to come at anybody on how they're getting their bag. And while we're talking about bags, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and a notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos. And let's go ahead and get back at it.
He also appeared on Fox News arguing much the same, and then we'll break down who he's talking about and what he's talking about.
No,
Here you go.
I think that virtualization has enabled the psychopaths.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, well,
without a doubt.
That's a terrible thing because the psychopathic types, they're always the death of everything. Like, I'm seeing this come up on the right now. So imagine this. I've been working on a new theory of political psychopathology, and I like it quite a lot.
Is this where the term the woke right comes in?
Yeah, well, Lindsay is pointing at that, but he hasn't got the diagnosis exactly right. So it isn't woke. That's not the issue. It's not exactly.
I think
he's one
what
level.
they're talking about is like similar types of behavior.
He is talking about that. Yeah, no.
But
What he's pointing.
Woke just lets you clarify in your head. Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, but the problem is
it's like Antifa.
Yeah, absolutely. But the problem is that argument is predicated on the claim that the ideas are the problem, like the woke ideas, for example, on the right or the left. But that's not the problem. The problem is that 4 to 5% of the population, something like that, is cluster B, that's the DSM-5 terms, histrionic, narcissistic, antisocial, psychopathic, or they have dark tetrad traits. They're Machiavellian.
Oh,
They're
I'm sorry, dark tetrad. I said triad. I was wrong.
Sadistic. That's about 4%. Okay, so the question is, how do these people maneuver? And the answer is they go to where the power is, and they adopt those ideas, and they put themselves even on the forefront of that.
Right.
But the ideas are completely irrelevant.
Right.
All they're doing is they're the Pharisees. They're the modern version of the Pharisees. They're the people who use God's name in vain, right?
Okay, let's pause.
All right, yeah, let's pause because I'm not going to let Tim Pool water this down any further. Okay, let's get straight to the point. This man is talking about Christians who know that they are Christians, who don't answer to, other authorities, who are sovereign to themselves, who answer to God. Okay, this guy is talking about Christians who know that they are not Judaism 2.0. That's what he's talking about. And the nerve to call people Pharisees when it is the Pharisees, those Israelite, I don't even want to use that word, what we would call, like the Talmudic Jewish people from back in the day, at the time of Christ, who called for Jesus to be killed, okay? That should never be watered down or changed into anything else. He, in fact, is using the Bible in vain, okay? By changing these words. All of this for anti-Semitism, and that's just really what it is. That's probably why my channel, my shows, they're not going to go anywhere, because I have to. I say these terms. It's frustrating. It is. It is quite frustrating. It is frustrating to watch people tell you who you are, and you're probably sitting there thinking like, but he's talking about Candace, and he's talking about Nick Fuentes. He's talking about me too, him and his daughter, because I found out that they both blocked me, and I'm like, I'm just that girl Casey, yeah, my name is starting to get out there, but like, really, Jordan Peterson, you stopped what you were doing to block me, you and your daughter. What's going on, right? So I've been identified, which is fine. I'm a Christian, unapologetically. So no, I don't answer to, this, I don't just take in whatever you tell me. I question everything, right? I walk with Christ. I'm a sinner.
Pause real quick, because that's him basically saying Candace Owens, okay? So I've got the tweet from, let me see if I can pull it up here. Right, here you go. Jordan Peterson tweeted, Candace Owens is a true pharisaical pretender. She vociferously proclaims her devotion to Christ for no other reason than to evaluate a perceived status. Her outrage is designed not to shout the truth from the rooftops, build bridges, or make peace, but to subvert Christianity itself with its new force to her own purposes. She is literally using God's name in vain. There are few more unforgivable sins. Jordan Peterson says, woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites. You are like whitewashed tombs, which appear beautiful on the outside, but inside are full of dead men's bones and every kind of filth. Whoa! Yo, okay. This is some kind of like inter-factional beef. When Jordan Peterson mentions the cluster B, dark tetrad individuals, they go to where power is. That's the corporate press right now. That's what all...
By Tim, you were meeting with Netanyahu the other day. I'm just using his material. These people are frauds. They wear skin suits. Like, seriously, right? For him, again, to say about her, you're using Christ for your own purposes. Why? Because she doesn't bow down to Jewish people? Like, this is crazy to me. That's not what this religion is about. That's not what Christianity is about. It's about walking with the truth, walking with Christ, period. Let's skip ahead, because Tim Pool's, he himself is a whole fraud. And then I'll read the tweets and I'll show you, Jordan Peterson's, I'll show you the proof that he blocked me, which I don't care. Like, I'm like, great, like, really good. Matter of fact, I don't even need any more about with Tim talking. I don't, because these people will water down a very serious situation. Because any Christian knows that that you are like under attack, and I'm not in a victim way of saying it. This is not a victim narrative at all. It is, in fact, your plight to take up your cross and bear it, right? They want Christians who are unapologetically Christian to be shut down. That's just what it is. This guy doesn't even know if he believes in God, all right? Don't get it twisted. And he's the one who's saying stuff like Christ is king, is saying Christ is king is anti. Like, y'all gotta chill out. This is the indistinguishable from the time when the COVID experts produced baseless reports claiming that those who refuse to get the jab. The thing about her is, though, she's weak. So sorry, she doesn't hit it the way it should be hit. We'll put it that way, because I don't want to be rude and like, she's weak. It's like, all right, like, but hold on, y'all see I got a lot going on. So all right, we got that one, but But you know who they really are talking about, and she finally had to say his name, because all of this, somehow Dave Smith gets involved. I don't know how or why, okay? And then she says, trying to make the public believe, because he brought up the Grapers too, Nick Fuentes. And so she says, trying to make the public believe that anonymous frog accounts on X are akin to Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know if I can say this. Is at best histrionic. Tons of critique about Nick Fuentes, but a psychopath? Really? Like, tons to critique. Like, even that, what she says. What do you mean, tons to critique? About? Like, y'all are so, like, I'm tired of the watering down. I am. Say what you want about Nick, but he's established legitimate emotional power over neocons. Such a lame. I cannot make sense of their addiction to responding to him. They are now spending serious money to produce psychological reports to respond, trolling. And of course, he will find it all hilarious. Like, whatever. The troll will continue. He's not a troll. All right, you have to watch his show. Don't care. Yes, I do. Watch his show. You will see. Yeah, you're not going to like everything he says, and I'm not going to sit here and explain somebody to you that I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it. But we are at the point now in life where if you want to be lukewarm, it's not going to get you anywhere. It just simply isn't. Now, I just want to show you, because I was like, wait, what's going on? How come this is coming up like where I can't comment on Ian Carroll? Like, I know I don't really bang with dude, but like, I was like, yo, why? And I was, because that's how like somebody's blocked you, because this comes off faded, right? So now I go and I look, Michaela, like this girl, I don't know who she is. She's blocked me. How many? 458,000. You blocked me. Awesome, you right? Because you know why? Because I'm a threat. Yeah, and I'm going to say it the way it is, And then hold on, it's a shame because I had a lot of respect for Jordan Peterson. I did. I really was into a lot of what he used to say. A lot of stuff was I even bought one of his courses, trying to figure out what kind of person I am and all that. And then I looked, Jordan Peterson with 6 million followers found his way to hit the block button on little old me. Okay? But that's fine. I love it. If you like it, I love it. I'm here for it. But what I'm not here for, is these basic, like these claims or these. I'm not here for watering down Christianity. I'm not. I'm not. And Christianity, again, is about walking with Christ. It's not about being edgy. It's not about any of that other stuff. But it's about walking with Christ. Okay? And so when a person's doing that, I'm not going to water them down. I'm not going to, who are you? You don't even believe in God. You trying to make Moses the most important part of the Old Testament. What you miss is that Christ is all through that Old Testament too. You don't know nothing. You speak of Jordan Peterson. You can get out of here. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.